My husband keeps asking for extra food, and I'm suspicious about who he's giving it to. Riley, who would OP's husband have to give this extra food to for you to be like divorce worthy?
Hopefully he's giving it to the orphans.
Are the orphans being fed? I don't know.
Let us know in the comments.
All right, so let's go into it. I'm on a throwaway account because I still haven't fully decided on divorce, but I'm 95% sure of it. Me, female, 26, and my husband, male, 25, and I have been married for almost 2 years and have a 6-month-old baby. I work part-time only to supplement our income and to pay for the legal process of getting him documented, which I guess he's out of the country. So we are very fortunate that it seems to maybe be an easy process of maybe 2 years max for his residency. But now I'm going to cancel everything and ask for a divorce. Why though? Why? Let's see. My routine used to be that I wake up 1.5 hours before him in the morning and make him lunch and pack everything for him for work and have his breakfast, coffee, and clothes ready for him to wake up, eat, get dressed, and head out within 30 minutes. Wow.
What a wife.
That is very nice of you.
Very considerate.
Very considerate.
Hopefully I can do that.
For your wife?
Yeah.
I think you would be really good at it.
She'd be like, makes lots of money and I can just do podcasts from home.
Yep. All right. So he used to be satisfied with what I packed him. Freshly made chicken. It was either honey buffalo, lemon pepper, and salad, or some sort of chicken wraps, etc. Pure, healthy food. I did this because I wanted to make his life easier and show him I cared and love him. And I've done this since we first moved in together more than 3 years ago. She sounds like a keeper. What did you do to fuck up, OP's husband? Well, recently, I've had to start including dinner leftovers because he started asking for more food and that he was still hungry afterwards, which I thought was odd because no matter if I work or not, he always comes home to prepared food. So even if he wasn't full, he'd be okay. But I explained it off with maybe he's bulking or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is bulking season. Put big protein in the comments. If you're trying to see us beef up this winter, there'll be some big beefy bears going in, hibernating, eating all those acorns and fruits. Those bears eat.
They also eat blueberries.
Little tiny blueberries, one at a time too. So I started including what I normally take to work, which has caused me to either go without lunch, having to wait till after work, or be late for work because I have to wait till the food is ready and take some because I'm breastfeeding and can't miss eating every time. I'll leave food going, such as in a crock pot or low heat, depending how long after I leave he gets home. Well, last week I was packing his lunch and I found a unrecognized second fork in his lunchbox and was thrown off. So I asked, and he said he found it in the kitchen of his work and brought it home. Odd. Why didn't he just leave it? And I noticed some small changes in him that I gaslighted myself into being insecure about because I had just had a baby. But this made the pit of my stomach churn. But I see you in the comments if you think you know where this is going. So a few days later, I decided to go to his work during lunch to surprise him with desserts and for him to see the baby. Oh, fuck. Well, that was when I found out why he wanted more food. His coworker, he told me, no longer worked there, who I'd caught him talking a little too friendly to. And I told him it bothered me. And I had him removed from everything and block on WhatsApp, not only still worked there, but was eating the lunch I freshly prepared for him. And he was eating her leftovers. Red flag?
Yeah.
A whole army of red flags. Yeah, wave that red flag. The red microphone. That's so bad. The fact, like, it's not bad to eat lunch with your coworker, right? But
Yeah.
it is bad to lie about your coworker working there and said you blocked her on all accounts and now you're hanging out with her. And also, there's something like weird about eating someone else's leftovers. Like, that's
Yeah.
like an intimate thing.
That is.
There's this girl that offered Riley her leftovers today, actually.
To us.
To Riley specifically. And Riley blushed. Is like, me?
I have a few more bites left on my burrito. Just
See,
anyone
look,
want it.
he's getting caught up. He's getting all flustered.
I denied. Said, I'm good.
And she's like, I'm a cheerleader.
She did. With 6 concussions.
And then Riley's like, maybe I can throw you up and down.
I was kind of down. Like, if you were down, like, to toss her up and see what she could do.
I would like to see like a flip. That would be cool. So I didn't cause a scene. Instead, took pictures and added to my folder of everything he's done before, from simple hearting other girls' stories after telling me he didn't do it, to naked pictures of a coworker from a previous job that he got fired from because of her. Like, he sent naked pictures to a coworker or received.
Tell me he didn't to naked pictures of a coworker. I think of a coworker. He got the nudies.
But he got fired from that job because of her.
Probably didn't work out.
Wow. I drove home crying to packing my things when I got home, and I took the bassinet and anything I'd need for the baby and my essentials and went to my sister and brother-in-laws and told them everything, and even showed him our conversations from WhatsApp where he told me she no longer worked there. I normally text him through the day, so he started texting me and calling me to see if I was okay and what was for dinner. The fucking balls on this guy to be caught basically cheating in a lie and be like, babe, I hope everything's okay because I'm fucking hungry. What are you making me? Let it be warm when I get home. What a douche.
Wow.
He was almost acting if everything was okay. And then he got to the house an hour earlier than usual, which also has me question if he's been lying about what time he gets off too, and saw mine and the baby's things gone. And my letter that he had 7 days to leave my house. My mom gave it to me when I was 20, and that he can communicate with my mother to see the baby when I'm at work or whenever he wants to see her. Just let her know and I'll drop off the baby with her. I, for the time being, don't want anything to do with him. And I left the printed photos of them eating lunch, laughing together under the letter. Oh, that's spicy. That's spicy.
Yikes. Caught red-handed.
Caught red-handed, yeah. And in the lie, it's like, it's not like bad that he had lunch with a coworker, but the fact that he lied about all of that is super sus. Super sus. Later that night, when I decided I no longer wanted anything to do with him, I informed the lawyer. We had a group WhatsApp chat with me, him, the lawyer, paralegal, and my brother-in-law, our co-sponsor, that I no longer was going to need his services, and then messaged the lawyer privately to ask if I could maybe move our contract and the money I've paid so far over to his divorce and family practice. He said, unfortunately, no, there's some clause or something that if we decide to no longer pursue the case, we lose the money we've invested, and also that his immigration practice is a partnership with different people than his family one, but he will just leave our case open until we get a response or an next appointment from the government, and if we haven't worked things out by then he will cancel everything. Well, this caused him to go insane because now if he doesn't get papers, he has to choose between his daughter and parents. Either risk never seeing his parents and family again or never seeing his daughter again if he goes over there, right? Because it's like if he, basically what happens if he's undocumented right now, I guess. Yeah. So he can stay in the country illegally, but if he ever leaves, he won't be allowed back in. So he won't be able to see his parents back home. He won't be able to see, his daughter if he leaves, but if he doesn't leave, he won't be able to see his parents back home. What are you choosing, your daughter or your parents?
Daughter.
Yeah.
I've already spent enough time with my parents. I got to raise the next generation.
And you got Zoom.
You got Zoom.
Yeah, you can give him a phone call. He's begging me to the point I blocked him on everything. He's come to my brother-in-law's house and been told to leave or we are calling the police. Then he later came back drunk with his buddies who then were all scared off by my brother-in-law and his shotgun. I feel so lost, broken, and depressed. I also have security at work to make sure he doesn't show up at my office. My sister tells me to leave him, but not to divorce so he can never get with anyone else and get papers, but I can't do that to him. That is brutal.
Very.
I've gone back home only to check on the house and see if he's gone. I'm still staying with my sister. And surprisingly, there's no damage to anything and his things only are gone. So at least I feel a little relief in that because like he could have gone like apeshit. I'm not looking for advice. I know I'm not going back. There is no longer any trust. My mental health wouldn't be safe in that relationship. And I know I can't have my daughter grow up with that kind of relationship being an example. I just needed to put this out there in order for it to solidify in my brain and to be able to reflect that this is now a pattern and he's gone beyond disrespecting disrespecting me by now, also making me make her food. That is the most disrespectful thing, where it's like you're feeding the person that he's cheating with.
She is feeding
The mistress.
herself, her kid, her husband, and the mistress. Everybody's eating.
Everybody's eating. OP probably makes some dank food though.
She said some lemon pepper in there. Whoa.
Yeah, damn. I've been budgeting, trying to make things last. Sometimes eating less when I want to, or skipping meals if possible. Oh, if a meal was heavier of carbs, I'd skip, since I should have enough for my milk supply. All to be able to pay bills, lawyer his gym membership, and supplements. I lose out on rest and sleep because I ensure laundry and the house is kept spotless while the baby sleeps. I've basically gone from an independent, educated career woman to the 1950s housewife with a job and school, all because I blindly fell for this man. When I say I feel stupid, that's an understatement. And there is a big edit, some relevant comments, and an update, and another update, and another update. This story goes long, but what do you think so far? Do you think this is divorce worthy? Because right now, I mean, we do know about the pattern of like sexually repugnant behavior from OP's husband, but if this was like a one-off thing where your husband lied about a coworker, a female coworker being working there, would you look past it, or would you be like, that's divorce worthy? Riley, what do you think?
Yeah, that's divorce worthy.
Divorce worthy?
Yeah, because like there's other things going on if you're lying about it.
Yeah. Like, why are you lying about it?
What would you do?
I don't know if it was just this. I think in OP's case makes sense to divorce, but if it was just this instance,
Like your girlfriend was like, oh, this guy that, don't worry about him. She first says that, don't worry about this guy.
Yeah.
And then says he's gone, but then you go show up at her work and he's there.
and he's eating the food I made for my girlfriend.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Feels bad. Feels terrible, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably break up.
Yeah.
I would break up.
But would you divorce? You wifey'd up.
Is this the first offense?
Yeah.
First offense, have I been married for more than 4 years?
You have a kid together.
You have a kid together? I think the rule is, I made this totally arbitrary, terrible rule. Every 4 years, it's like a presidential election. Every 4 years, you get one get out of jail free card. You get one count of cheating. I don't know. I feel like there would have to be a lot of trust that would be built back, but maybe after 4 years of marriage, and a kid, I would give it another round.
Yeah.
That would be pretty heartbroken. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be able to get past it.
Yeah.
I've broken up with, when things have happened like this, I've broken up with my partners.
But it's the marriage thing, the divorce thing. That's
Yeah.
like, and the kid too.
The kid is the thing that's like, I feel like the sticker. Well, let's get into these updates and edits. Okay, so we just did our first drop of the Love Club hoodies, and the 10 that we made sold out in like a couple hours.
They did.
So we talked to the guy who embroiders these, and we can extend orders for another 24 hours. So that's until December 10th at 10 a.m. And then we're going to go and deliver all those orders. But that will be the last time you could buy it, I think, at least for the coming weeks.
So that means go get them now.
If you want to get one before time runs out, go to luvclub.shop. That's luvclub.shop. Also, thank you so much for supporting the show. Like, getting stuff like this makes all of this possible. We love you guys, and let's get back into the story.
Love you.
So edit. I want to clarify some things I've been seeing in the comments. No, my sister isn't pushing me to stay in a relationship with him. She's telling me not to divorce him so that he can't find another woman to marry and use for a green card, which is pretty funny. No, I'm not taking anything from him that wasn't mine before we got married. Before me, he lived in a house with 7 other men, sharing a bedroom with a bunk bed, and he drove a 2000 Buick he had to unplug from the battery in order to use it again. That car got scrapped after the electrical went out. The car he's using is my car I got in high school that got me through high school, part-time, and seasonal jobs in community college. Also, my mom isn't dead. She gave me my childhood home because I was going to college, and it's a 10-minute commute from the college. She gave it to me because I'm the last of the kids, and all my brothers and sisters are at least 10 years older, and aside from my sister who's helping me, they all live in different states. He left home with a motorcycle. He's customizing his gaming systems, clothes, and the guest bedroom TV, which was the only TV that was not mounted. Also, I'm not keeping his daughter from him. I just personally don't want to see him because I know he will try to give me a ton of excuses and try to make me understand him. He can speak to my sister or mom, and they will supervise him to see his daughter whenever he wants to. There's no battle in that. I don't think he's a bad father, but I just don't want my relationship with him as an example I want to give to my daughter. Yes, I am Mexican too. My dad came to the States and then later brought my mom and 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Took a decade decade to see each other again, which is why I'm so apart from my siblings and the only one born here. And here's some more relevant comments. I've been told by my sister to inform everyone that this is my first actual long-term relationship. She says that may give people a clue as to why I was being so naive. It was also very early in the relationship and we weren't living together yet. I met him when I was traveling around to local jobs where it was known immigrants work to post and inform them of local resources to help them with medical insurance, free clinics, and English as a second language programs from children and adults. I was working for a seasonal daycare program for agriculture workers. So another comment asks, how are you going without food if you both work and own your own home? He makes below minimum wage due to undocumentation. I work part-time minimum wage because I can't be away from the baby due to breastfeeding. He also sends money to provide for his parents and younger siblings. Why did putting more food in his lunch cause budgeting issues? Yes, I was budgeting in order to be able to save money for the lawyer expenses, but now that I look back, it was basically him paying bills and pocketing the leftover for gym and supplements plus tools/paints and whatever, while my paycheck was going to groceries, his family in Mexico, and diapers. And yes, I feel really stupid, naive, and blind. What would get you more child support? Him getting a green card and permanent job here or not? Basically, when should you divorce? This may be the numbness in me talking at the moment, but I don't need his money. He can contribute by buying her diapers, clothes, and whatever necessities. Now that I'm not catering to him, I can leave my part-time paper pushing job and find good daycare for my daughter and go back to teaching. I might also just sell my second car and lower my car payments. Full-time job and one less person in my home also means lower utilities since it's less utilities being used at home. No mortgage, no stupid expenses or random gym crap, $40 membership, just protein, big protein, creatines, and supplements was at least $150 a month. Damn, this guy is working out.
If he's putting that much money into it.
He's got to be huge. Probably pretty good looking too. Freaking beefcake, dude. Big like Riley and his big protein. Are we going to do creatine?
I have creatine. I have like 2 things of creatine.
Should we start like really muscling up?
I would love that.
Dude, just going to get yoked.
Just like,
not to mention whatever he was doing to that junk motorcycle. My sister and mom have talked me through finances and my brother-in-law said I could honestly keep my part-time job, get on government benefits, and spend more time with my daughter. But I think mentally, I need to go back to teaching and feel the independence of being self-reliant again. Food stamps feels like it's just one thing he will throw in my face. I don't know if I'm trying to hold on to what little piece of pride I have left, or if it's just anger I have inside that I want to show him and his chick I am better without him. Oh yeah, show him and his chick. Oh, so sad. If I continue with the process, I'll be legally and financially responsible for him for years to come. Supervised visits is due to him never being more than 3 hours, aka 1 bottle feed alone with the baby. Also, the fear of him taking my child to another country now that he's lost everything here. He just like may decide to go back to Mexico where he can't come back unless he risks his life again. And that's very real. And as for the other woman, I don't know. She doesn't have anything to offer. She doesn't have a legal status either because she overstayed her visa. To my understanding from a coworker of hers I went to school with, according to her, that woman is younger, no legal status or education, no English, and she's already gotten in trouble for being inappropriate in the workplace before. And if there is proof that they are being inappropriate, that will be a strike against him and firing against her. Apparently, she likes to call herself one of the guys because she's a woman who works in a male-dominated job and degrades women by making jokes with men. And there is a juicy update coming around the corner.
She's a pick me girl.
Yeah, pick me girl. I don't know. What do you think when a woman says she's one of the guys? Like, what is the stereotype that's there? Or are you a woman who is one of the guys? And do you get stereotyped? Or how do you describe your personality? I would love to know. But do you think OP should continue the process of leaving? What do you think, Riley?
Yeah, it seems, one, it's a huge financial struggle to keep the relationship going. And then 2, he doesn't seem to prioritize her in the relationship.
He seems kind of like a deadbeat. Like what does she see? I mean, I guess it's her first long-term relationship.
Sees the muscles.
She sees the muscles. I bet he's super good looking. And the issue with good looking people, getting into a relationship with good looking people is like, you look past so many red flags because you just like see the sparkle in their eyes.
Yeah.
And the banging bod.
Sam has no red flags. I haven't found one.
I think our audience might disagree. What are my red flags?
I don't know if we want to know this. You'll be like staying up at night like,
yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm going to be like torn apart. I kind of want to know though. I actually don't want to know, but I just won't read the comments from this one.
I'll read them, and then I don't know if I want to know though. Then like I'm living with you knowing your red flags.
You should already know my red flags.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
You probably know my red flags. The thing is, we're constantly sharpening the saw, so our red flags will disappear after a while because we're working on ourselves and we're developing the men that are going to be men for others and for our future wives.
That was beautiful.
Okay, so here's the update. Sorry, it's been a while since I updated anyone. It's been 3 weeks in the last post. Sorting out my life, and this was supposed to be a throwaway, so I didn't expect it to blow up the way it did. So here's the update. I guess I'll start with the most asked question, which was, have you left him? Yes. I also got a full checkup, and I indeed had an infection. I was lucky I could treat and be good without any further issues. So she got an STD from him.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Oh, does that mean that where did he get the STD from?
Probably from the girl that's one of the guys.
Oh, no. Oh, that's tough.
I'm sorry, OP. At least it's treatable. You know, take some pills and hopefully the burn will subside. This also confirmed his unfaithfulness because, as I mentioned, I had a baby not long ago, and during the whole pregnancy, they checked me for everything, and they had done a full panel when I was 3 months postpartum because I got a UTI, and my doctor wanted to ensure it was only that. 2, did I talk to him to get his side of the story? Yes. When I went to tell him about the infection, I allowed him to speak his mind about everything. I only asked him for the truth, as there wasn't anything else for him to ruin. It was completely over at this point, and here's a basic TLDR. He never wanted to hurt me. He loves his daughter and me. He enjoyed the attention. It was something new and exciting. It took his mind off the stress of bills, kid, my emotional states, and the general routine of his life. Life had gotten boring, and she entertained him. I'm sorry that your wife organized your previously chaotic life. She was so good to him too. So good to him.
Like waking up an hour and a half to,
I know.
Oh, wow.
At a certain point, like, what is too nice though, you know? Like, can you do too much for a significant other?
I mean, I would say, yeah, you can go overboard, but if you like have a loving and serving heart, I think it's
Probably
good.
has a loving and serving heart. All right. That's about what I believe to be true out of the couple hours of begging, excuses, gaslighting, and even blaming. The rest was the infection is a common one that happens because of cow dung everywhere and because he goes out and pees outside without washing his hands or something. Oh, so he's like... It's not gonorrhea, babe. It's cow dung. She doesn't like men. She was just one of the guys. Come on, really? I only gave her lunch that day. It was just the one time that she got her lunch, and she asked me because she saw I had 2 lunches. He would never stand so low to break his family. Why would I make such assumptions? Oh, so you knew what you were doing. Once I showed him my chart with my results and explained how it's not a normal infection like E. coli that you could get because of poop, and it was an actual transmissible infection, he, I guess, understood what happened. I also explained that I hadn't slept with anyone since we met, and how my doctor explained that if I would have any kind of transmissible diseases, I would have known during the pregnancy because not only is it common practice to test for all risks, but my high-risk pregnancy and preterm labor, she tested for all kinds of things to see if she could find the cause of the issues, and afterward to find the cause of preterm labor. He admitted it shortly after that he listened to me and saw my doctor's note. I'll add, I have the best OBGYN, and she was amazing in listening to me and allowing me to cry, and gave me not only support during that moment with even having a nurse take my daughter out for me to cry, but also printed me information and ensured me that a simple medicine will make it go away and I should not see any more issues. Anyhow, he's staying at the dairy at some trailer the owner let him borrow, and for those who thought she would take him, it turns out she's engaged and she is about to start her wedding and do an adjustment of status, which means get her papers. So she's about to get a wedding that basically secures her life in this country.
So she was also in a relationship and
also getting her papers. They totally fucked up both of their lives. Anyways, I'm back to living on my own. My baby is doing great. I have another office job lined up for January, and I have a few universities I've applied to. I'm currently going to community college online, but if I get into a uni, I think I'll move out of this town. My grandma said she would help with the move. Some days are long, like today. It's a late night and I can't sleep because I miss him, but I've been entertaining myself, getting rid of stuff in my home to start a new slate and organizing everything. I won't lie and say I'm doing great. On my days off, I don't get out of bed. My house is clean, but but my bedroom has my laundry basket overfilled, and I brought out the guest blankets and pillows to use. People at work have noticed a slowed pace in my work, and I was offered time off, but I denied it. Although now that somehow the rumor of what happened has reached my job, I may take off that time. Thank you for all the support, everyone. Although I had a few people call me names and talk badly to me in the messages, I appreciate the other people who commented nice things and showed me support. And there is another edit and another update, and it gets crazier. It's not over. You thought it was over, but it ain't.
It seems pretty much like what other crazy things could come about, you know?
I don't know.
I can't think of anything.
I don't know. I hope she doesn't take him back or anything.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
But like he's been working out a lot.
He's been working out. He looks swole. He's been doing that big protein. He's been flexing his muscles in the mirror.
I do want to go to that Venice Beach where Arnold.
Oh, yeah. The Gold's Gym. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got him. So I woke up to the husband's call and he apologized again. I'm still not budging, but he told me he was talking to some guys at work about free clinics or where they go when they're sick. And it turns out that the same woman has been sleeping with a few from there. I don't know if around the same time, but one of them told my husband where to get treated for free because he got it from her too. In his apology, which sounded more sincere this time, but I believe it's worse because it's only after he realized he wasn't special to her, just another one of the guys she slept with. But I say sincere because he didn't have many excuses. Instead, he seemed to hold himself accountable by saying he had won the lottery and messed up. Please don't give him a second chance. He begged for a second chance because he doesn't know what came over him, but he knows who he came over.
Came over?
Like came in.
Oh, like whew.
Came over. I was like, I was thinking like a belly button deposit. You know, the Kim Kardashian meme where it's like champagne, it's on her butt.
Yeah, one of those.
Please don't get back with him, OP. He says he hates coming home to an empty trailer. He misses seeing his daughter the moment after work. What choked me up was when he said he used to feel more exhausted when he used to come home to us because the baby would be excited to see him and would cry to be held by him. And during the week, I would often leave the same easy meals made for him and he could eat while I left to work, and he started to feel tired of it. It was a boring routine of the same foods during the week, coming home and having to watch a baby so I could go to work. That solidified to me that I don't ever want to find another relationship, much less go back to him. The routine I worked hard to put my family together was a chore to him. I literally dealt with a fussy, tired child till he got home, so she would mostly sleep, and he would only need a single bottle for her, but even that was too hard. He said he would give up the world just to be back into his routine because now he comes home to an empty trailer where it's just a bed and a fold-out table. He hasn't eaten his diet because he doesn't have time to prep. He started spending money on lunch because he doesn't have food made for him. He says he misses the baby so much that he cries when he goes home. I told him, I don't know what to tell him about that, but if he wanted to see the baby when I go home to work, he can go to see her at my mom's, who babysits for me now. Knowing my mom, she makes food and she would never deny him food, so he can go over there and eat and be with the baby after work. But I had to go and I couldn't talk anymore. When I tell y'all I've never cried so hard in my life, it's an understatement. It doesn't help it's raining today. I think I'm calling into work today and tomorrow and talking to my boss about taking those days. And there is another edit and another update, but I'm so glad that OP is like staying strong, not taking this beefcake back.
Yeah, I was a little worried there.
I was a little worried. She had me for a little bit. Yeah, I was like, oh shit. But here's some relevant comments. What have you decided regarding the legal aspects of this, i.e. green card? And she says, I don't want to make any legal decisions at the moment. I'm barely getting through leaving him. I also don't want to be responsible for my daughter losing her dad because of this stupidity. Another commenter cautioned her to not overly listen to Reddit here because this is a decision with huge ramifications. She should just do what feels right for her and her child. And OP says, I feel like there's no way out without severe damage. I feel like I'm in a bridge game from Squid Games, except all the tiles break at any decision and just some have lesser consequences than others. Oh, OP. I currently don't want to make any decisions because I feel safe in limbo at the moment, because even though my logical reasoning understands if he gets deported, it's going to be from his decision, my emotional reasoning feels responsible for it. I don't want him back because the betrayal and his dishonesty has broken any trust I could ever have, and I don't think it would be good for my mental health to continue a relationship like that. I grew up seeing my mom always asking and wondering if my stepfather was cheating or not, to the point where my mom neglected us because she was so busy ensuring her husband wasn't cheating. It turned a once loving, caring, involved mother into a toxic person who would take her daughters out at 3 a.m. to go to shady neighborhoods to see if her husband's car was outside someone's house. Like, that's what happens when the trust is broken. It turns toxic.
That's so tough.
It's so tough. And it's like OP has seen that happen. She's like, I don't want that happening to my kids.
That's good for standing up for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want that for myself or daughter. I saw cheating ruin my mother without her ever being unfaithful. I've seen it destroy my sister's first engagement. I've seen brothers bleed from aggressive cheating women who attack them for wanting to take their kids from toxic environments with drugs and other men. Cheating is something I don't want any involvement in, and I've seen what it does to people. But I also have that responsibility that I want my daughter to have her dad. So in the meantime, I am having that distance because I know what is better for her, and I'm trying my best to stick to the logical conclusion, not the emotional one. No matter how much I miss him, I tell myself I don't miss this person talking to me. I miss the person who made me feel safe, loved, and cared for. And even then, I'm starting to look back and realize a lot of it was me in a delusional state, thinking that him hugging me when I asked, me going to him for kisses, me cuddling to him was all love. I felt safe with him, not because he made me feel safe, because I thought I was. But looking back, it's embarrassing to say I was the one who did a lot of the instigating of affection. Maybe some people who messaged me saying I was psycho were onto something. I'm starting to feel like maybe I was in some delusional state and he was just using me. And there's one more update, but that's heartbreaking to see where I hope his mind is at.
Yeah. All that history around cheating.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that she's like, oh, maybe I'm delusional and psycho or something.
Dude, no.
Don't listen to the Reddit comments that are saying you're psycho. You just went through something super traumatic. You deserve a little bit of leniency.
Yeah, they're just like, you're wrong. This is fake. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Little trolls.
I mean, hey, we got comments that are trolly every once in a while.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah, you just got to learn to let it roll off your back like a duck in the water. Be a duck and swim. Keep swimming. Keep swimming. Okay, so here is the final updates. My husband cheated on me, and the woman who he cheated with is now harassing me. This woman can't catch a break. I guess she was engaged and was about to go from a visa to residency because of her fiance, but somehow he found out about her relationship with my husband. She believes it was me, but I don't know who her partner is/was or who told him yet. Since like 4 p.m. today, she's been doing the following. She punctured a hole in one of my tires, wrote on my front bay window, home wrecker, keeps calling me from different numbers, and now I'm starting to receive spam text messages after I blocked all her numbers and stopped answering random numbers. Then a threat saying I'll ruin your car like you ruined my relationship. This is all since this afternoon. I called the police, but by the time they showed up, she was gone. And they said I have no proof what she's doing unless they find her doing it, or I have the proof that her hands are tied to what she's doing. My mom and stepdad said they will put up cameras in my home, and my mom is keeping my car at her home. They want me to stay with them too, but I don't want to leave my house in case she tries something against it. The most I was able to get is a police officer patrolling the area, meaning that they will be close by and randomly pass by. I'm not sure what to do. I don't even know who her partner is, and I'm already dealing with leaving my husband, and now she's harassing me. Any advice before it gets worse? Oh man, OP is dealing with the most. I don't know, like what would be your advice to her?
My question is, why is she attacking her? Because she was with other men too. Like,
well, because she can't fess up to her actions. She's just like looking for someone to blame, I think.
Did OP tell her husband?
No, but the husband found out. So the fiance of,
yeah,
OP's husband cheated with this woman from work.
Yeah.
The woman from work's fiance found out that the woman from work was cheating. And now the fiance is leaving her. Her life is imploding because now she's not going to get her green card. And she's like, oh, you're a home wrecker for exposing my cheating.
But my thing is, it could have been any of the other guys, or...
That's true. It could have been any of the other guys. Maybe the advice is, I didn't say anything. It could have been one of the other guys that felt spurred. It could have been my husband.
Yeah.
Maybe deflect.
I
mean, your husband deserves some kind of punishment. Maybe this is the punishment he deserves. Maybe not. No, we don't want to wish harm on anyone, but I feel so bad for OP.
Yeah. She's psycho, bro.
Yeah. She's psycho?
The chick that's...
Oh, I thought you were like, OP. You're like, we just said. We're just...
No.
Oh, yeah.
Poor OP.
Yeah, dude. Poor OP. I know. What do you think OP should do? Put your answers in the comments. This is a rough one. OP is really going through it, but we do have one other story. Am I the asshole for abandoning my fiance and taking another man to Thanksgiving? This story is very special to us because it comes from our subreddit, r/okopshow. It's part of the OK gang. And if you have a story that you want to submit to us, go to r/okopshow and submit it right now. We might just read it. This story comes from user OK Honeydew. Alrighty. So to start off, it might be a long one since there's a bit of a backstory, but I'm excited to get into that backstory. Me, 21 female, and my fiance, we'll call Cody, 21 male, met when he came to my school at 10 years old. We started dating at 13, me, and 14, him. We've been together for almost 8 years and got engaged 2 years ago when I graduated Army basic training. We've had our share of ups and downs over the years, mainly from his end. A year into dating, he was trying to get another girl to be his girlfriend. He'd go to our house, he'd join drama club for her, and partake in a Mary Jane with her, the bad boy. We were in 9th grade when this happened, and I didn't find out the full truth until 10th grade. Up until this point, he claimed she was ugly, looked like a boy, and had weird blue hair. When I found out, I was upset, but got over it because we were dumb 9th graders. Yeah, it's like you're young and stupid. I mean, I'm still young and stupid. Not that young.
You're not stupid.
Then in our first year college, I was feeling paranoid and went through his phone. I found OnlyFans, which he also said was disgusting, and he doesn't understand why girls or men would use it. He also had conversation with girls that bordered on inappropriate topics and saved a ton of Instagram girls' pictures showing a lot of butt and cleavage. I almost left him over this again. Okay, of those things, what is your order of what is the most egregious offense? Riley, what would your order be?
Definitely the OnlyFans, because you're like putting money towards seeing other women, and then
And he's messaging those women too. Yeah. Okay. So OnlyFans first, then what?
and then saving the pictures of the stuff. Wait, you said, oh yeah, OnlyFans
I would go Instagram messages first, OnlyFans second, and saving the butt pics third.
Yeah, that's the move. Because I mean,
If my girlfriend saved a bunch of like hot dude pics on Instagram, I don't think I would think that much of it.
yeah, honestly. But I feel like my girlfriend would get mad at me though if I did save a lot of like hot girl pics or liked them. Some girls are chill with that, I think.
Yeah, I've just never been like that kind of way on Instagram.
Yeah, me neither.
I wouldn't go through my Instagram just to like hot girls.
Yeah, it's only when like my buddies like check this out, and then like it's on my phone the next day. Thanks, man.
Thanks for changing my explore page. But he pointed out that most of the date stamps were again from 6 months prior. He claimed it was a dumb mistake from when I was stressed and depressed in college with no desire to get dirty in the sheets. I was stupid and let it go because we were just young. Those were his prior mistakes. When we were in high school, we didn't go on dates. I go to his house and we get frisky a couple of times and I get a ride home. We were just teenagers going at it at any chance we got. In college, we just drank a bunch and got frisky a couple times a week. Now we are basically roommates who sleep in the same bed and bang once or twice a month. Since we've been together, I've realized I'm also into women and don't have any desire to get freaky with my fiance much. I feel as though the spark is dead and there might be better options out there for both of us. Okay, yikes, we're getting some dicey territory. It also feels like a lot of it seems like he broke the trust a couple of times.
Yeah.
Opie, I'm curious how you kind of discovered your feelings for other women too. Like, how did those develop? Is it like, have you tried anything yet? Or is it just like you're noticing these feelings building? Now to the story. It was Thanksgiving Day and I was driving me and Cody to my family brunch. He starts saying things like, "Are you happy?" And we should probably talk and make sure we are, because we're about to get married, which is a weird thing to say if that is how you're proposing. I start to panic thinking he's going to break up with me, but we get to my family's house. That meal was awkward with little to no talking between us. The rest of the day, we just ignored that conversation. We continued with his family's dinner and I went to my work party around 7 p.m. I work at a small bar in our hometown, which has like a 1,113 people. There's a total of 5 workers at the bar, only 4 of which showed up to the party, and about 5 of our regulars drinking at the bar. We all have a couple of drinks and start playing pool. We have 2 pool tables, so we were trading off winners and played for about 30 minutes before a regular, we'll call him Austin, 28 male, shows up and calls the next winner at our table. I am notoriously bad at pool, so we were all shocked when I won. We all play around before trading off and continue to trade partners for a couple of hours. While playing, another female bartender who is bisexual comes out of the blue and tells me to rethink my engagement and make sure he's the one before we end up like Tom and Patty, a regular customer around 70 years old and an old cranky married couple. She was hitting on me and another worker all night, but it made me more worried about the conversation I had with Cody earlier that day. I started panicking again about ending up alone forever. This is when alcohol and insecurities mix in a bad way. I decided we need to see if I can even get another guy or anyone other than my coworker interested in me, or if I'll be alone forever. I was going to flirt with Austin and see if he flirts back. OP, no, don't stoop to your boyfriend's level. I mean, like, it sounds like you needed to break up with him, but this is not how to do it, OP. We love you. You're part of the OKO gang, but don't do it. Austin was funny and sweet and sounds like a good guy. We went to the same school, and I vaguely remember him and his friend group in the high school halls when I was in middle school. At the end of the night, I still didn't know if I had it or not. Bar was closing, and I had to walk to my friend Mary's apartment a few blocks away. She works night shifts and lets me crash at her place when I shouldn't be driving. Austin also lives in that direction, but a little out of the way. Also, OP, like, just because Austin might want to hook up with you doesn't mean he's gonna want to stick with you for the long haul. It doesn't necessarily mean he's assuages your fear of being alone. I don't think so.
You don't want to smash and dash.
You don't want to smash and dash. He offered to walk me there, and I gladly accepted. There have been a few abductions and murders over the past year. I also figured, hey, one last shot. I wasn't going to sleep with him or anything. I'm terrified of catching something. I was hoping he'd lean in for a kiss and I'd send him on my way. Nothing happened, but we did realize Bill, a 35 male regular at the bar, was hanging out by my friend's apartment. Bill is a huge gossiper and kind of weird and does not leave in this direction on a normal night. So I offered Austin the couch at Mary's place. I'd take my friend's bed and I explained to Mary in the morning. That's when I heard stomping up the stairs and realized I hadn't been on my phone all night. Bill found my fiance on Facebook and told Cody we were basically getting it on while we were playing pool. Not true. My phone is always on silent, so I didn't hear him call. This also does look OP. I'm not gonna lie, this looks really, really bad.
Doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. Cody called Marie and told her to check on me, and she stomped her way in, saw Austin on the couch, and looked as if she was going to murder me. I explained nothing happened, and he's just crashing after walking me there, if that's okay. As I looked into her death stare, I realized I effed up. She kicked Austin to the curb and called Cody to tell him I was with a random guy in her house and he needs to pick me up. Marie went back to work and Cody arrived shortly. I sat him down on the couch and in my half-drunk state tried explaining my actions as I described above. He started crying and said he wouldn't know how to survive without me. I'm slightly afraid he'd do something rash if we break up. I feel like the spark is dead and I need to either confirm or deny the feeling that there might be better for me out there. And if you're feeling that might be true. I want to either eliminate the curiosity of dating around or realize I still love him and maybe pursue couples counseling. I mean, the option also is you take a break, and there's a little bit more to the story, but like you've been together for so long, so early. I think it's normal to think like, oh, like what else is out there too? Like, I think you could take a break and explore other options and then come back after if you decide that is what you want. But Riley, what do you think?
Have you taken a break before and then gotten back with that person?
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I mean, we're broken up now, but
Did you feel like the spark was gone? You were like, we're going to come back and then like leave and then come back?
no, I didn't think the spark was gone. Or it was more like just things weren't working out in the relationship, and I'm like it was like a bickering a lot, and like I needed space. So it wasn't for the same reasons as OP, but I know of a friend who had never really been in like a super long-term relationship, met his girlfriend in college, and he was like, hey, before I can fully commit to you, I really need to like see what else is out there. And so I need like 6 months just to like explore. And then I think after that I can really commit. And he did some exploring and they are a very happy couple now.
Wow. Every time a girl's like, we should take a break, we never get back.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen, but like, and that might happen in this case.
Yeah.
But it seems like at the very least, OP needs to take a break if these kinds of feelings are coming up. There's a few problems with taking a break or breaking up though. My car loan is partially in his name through his bank due to my bank offering bad rates when I was 18 and no credit. My military life insurance, death rights, and last paycheck goes to him in case of death. Worst case scenario, he kills me for insurance and takes my car. Not likely, I joke when stressed, but maybe I should think about a lawyer before deciding. I'll be able to pay off my car in a couple months with a re-enlistment bonus, but I still need to figure out how to transfer it to myself. I'd love insight from others in similar dead sparks, broken engagements, or first relationships being long-term. Thank you in advance. So if you guys have been in any of these situations, please give OP advice in the comments. This is one of her own, and there is an update. So it has been about a week, and this time let me look back on how unhappy I've been in the last year or so. I think my main doubts come from not dating and meeting different people. I just jumped in head first to my first relationship and thought if I broke up, it failed and I failed. I think I need to give him the option of taking a break or breaking up entirely so I can figure out who I am on my own and what I want. I plan to do it within the next couple of days, and I'll keep you posted. OP, please keep us posted. If you're watching this right now, maybe write an update in the comments. But wow, I mean, this is a big step. I feel like the fact that you're having all these feelings probably elicits at least, or needs at least a break. And Riley, I want to know what you think. And I also want to talk about the tear jar that you have, because I want to see it. I haven't seen this thing before. But yeah, what do you think first?
I'll go grab it. But I think if you're in the relationship and you feel like you dived in head first and you're like, if I failed this relationship, then I failed, then you're not like prioritizing yourself. You're like, it sounds like your world is centered around their world. And if you're in a relationship, you need to be like good with yourself before you're with the other person, because it makes both parties even better. So I think it is smart that you are thinking about it and you're like thinking about like taking a step back. I think that's very, very wise of you to do that. It will be hard.
It will be hard. It will be super hard. I mean, like becoming independent and then interdependent is it's tough, but I think it is a necessary step. Like you will be long-term unhappier if you're dependent on someone for your happiness.
Yeah.
But speaking of happiness and sadness, Riley told us we guessed it on this other podcast, and he told me that every time, well, here, tell him about the tear jar.
So we were on Pretty Much Done podcast with Julia, shout out, and she was talking about women manifesting like their partners and things like that, and they were asking us like, if we as guys, it was me.
If guys do that. And I had like a little look on my face and they were like, what do you got, Riley? So I was like, like my parents would pray for me to find someone. And then I told them about this tear jar that I have and that I write letters to like my future wife. So cute.
Sometimes I'll be like, after a breakup, I'll be sad and I'll like write and like some tears will go on it. Or like if I'm thinking about them, write them a little post-it note, be like, hey, hope you're doing all right. Haven't wrote in a while actually, because I've been kind of like, oh, does love really exist for me?
Yes, it does, Riley. What do you mean?
It's just I'm not like been in that like
headspace for a while.
Headspace in a while.
It definitely does exist for you, for sure.
Yeah, but I've been kind of like, I need to like kind of work on myself first, and then I can kind of like be thinking of that. But yeah, I'll go grab it. I'll go let you see it. Yeah.
I'm very excited. That's so cute. I don't want to read it. I'm not going to read it. It's too personal.
You can read it, but you can't.
Okay. I'm going to read one.
I wonder what it is. This is very deep, very deep stuff. Can you share the date on that? Did I write the date on it?
7/2/19.
Oh, wow. So cute. I don't even know what it says.
Riley's going to make some woman very happy one day. Maybe it's going to be one of the OK family, but well, we love you. Riley loves you. Yeah, we love you. And we'll see you in the next episode. See you soon.